to the program. I'm Shilpa Kannan in Delhi. Now, it's only recently that the world's two biggest art auctioneers, Christie's and Sotheby's, have begun focusing on India. But you can see why. Sotheby's says Indian clients have spent $600 million on art in the past 5 years. And it's now decided to open an office in Mumbai. It's first in the country. Sameer Hashmi met Sotheby's International Chairman Robin Woodhead and started by asking about the state of the art scene here.
The art scene is an extraordinarily vibrant scene. It's been growing for quite a long time. And it's growing not only in India itself, but internationally, particularly with the participation of a greater number of Indians internationally. We can see that in our own business at Sotheby's, in that we're seeing a 40% per annum growth of Indian participation in our sales globally. So India is a very important market for us, a growing market for us.
Now, your rival Christie's opened an office here 2 years back, and during the course of this period, they've also held a few auctions. Why were you slower to enter this market?
Well, we actually entered this market in 1992, so we've been very active here since that time. And we don't measure our activity simply by local auction sales. In recent years, we've concentrated those efforts more in the major international financial centers such as Hong Kong, New York and London. And so our purpose at the moment is to bring our skills and our knowledge to Indians to participate in those sales and be more active in our international operations.
Now, given that you have an office in India, will you be holding more auctions here now?
Well, I think that we want to send more and more of our specialists to this market. We want to engage with Indian clients increasingly. We are more likely to bring them to our markets outside India initially, but there's no reason why in the long term we will not be could be holding auctions here.
Now, if you talk to a lot of Indian collectors, they say that one of the biggest challenges here is that people don't see art as a form of investment, and that is why you don't have a resale market. How can you change that?
Well, I think that there are many reasons for people to participate in the art market. The idea of the art market is fairly new. Before, people said they collected art, and now people talk about participating in the art market. One is about art itself, and one tends to be more about the financial value of art. And both are relevant. I think today every aspect of life in the global economy is given a financial value, and art is no different. But we mustn't lose sight of the fact that some of the greatest collections of art were put together not to create financial assets, but out of passion for the art itself. So here in India, we have exactly the same. We have people hugely passionate about art and people about making money.
Now, if you compare India and China, many people feel that India is falling behind because it's not investing in museums to promote its artists, and nor do you find India participating in too many international art fairs. Is that a big challenge?
It is a challenge. I think that the culture in China is more developed for collecting art amongst a broader group of people. And as you say, there are a growing number of private museums which are beginning to appear in China. Much has happened to Japan in the 70s and 80s. But it is beginning here in India. We are starting to see some private foundations becoming interested in art. And you need all levels of activity for people to be engaged. You need education, but you will see over the next few years, I'm sure, as the Indian wealth increases, a growing number of people having a yearning to know more about art, not just about buying it for themselves, but learning about art in itself.
Robin Woodhead of Sotheby's speaking to Sameer Hashmi there. Now, let's take a look at what else has been making business headlines this week.